Aman, 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 aman. Hubbi jamalu fatana. Aman, 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 aman. Are you sitting أنا حكواتي من إنجلترا وأنا هون لقصص stories حكاية. I'm a storyteller and I've come specially to Morocco for the Marrakech International Storytelling Festival, and we're having a wonderful time. Yesterday we were in Jama' al-Fana. That was just wonderful. So I'm not alone. There are 20 international tellers, 15 Moroccan tellers of the greatest masters, some really good people. Abderrahim Azalia, and there is Mohammed Baris, and Mohammed Sidi Mohammed, the really important names. And Sidi Mohammed said to me, we thought storytelling was nearly dead, but now we have this, and we feel that something has come alive again, and storytelling will come back to Jama' al-Fana. And as you know, there is a school of storytelling here, right here in Marrakech. So, alhamdulillah, let's hope that we can make stories every year. Let's have a festival every year, and let's bring back the wonderful tradition that is here in this city of Marrakech. Marrakech is a city of stories. I have stories from Alam Arabiya, especially because I'm not from the Middle East, but these guests here also are not from the Middle East, so I want to tell them stories that come from this culture. Well, I've been here 4 times, but the last time was 30 years ago when Jama' al-Fana just had sand, no pavings. So, my guests are arriving. Is it enough for you?
It's great.
And you can listen to the story. I hope you enjoy it.
In our culture, back then, at that time, being a garab, it was a craft, it was a job. So the old man in our character did this job for so many years.
My name is Sarah. My last name is Kshirid. I am 26 years old and I live in Marrakech. I've been telling stories for almost 7 years, and I started as one of the students of Master Storyteller, and my master's name is Ahmed Zarghani. I started telling stories in 2014, and I was telling stories in a cafe, cultural cafe called Cafe Clock, and we had a program starting from Monday and Thursday as well. We used to tell stories, and the process of telling stories in Cafe Clock, we used to take stories from the master, and he gives us the stories in Darija, Moroccan dialect, and we translate from that language to English, so we can make sure that this art is passed on not only for Moroccans but also for people, the visitors who are coming to Marrakech. And we hope that this art is not only in one place in Morocco, but we want our Moroccan stories, folklore stories, to go all over the world. And that's the main goal of telling stories, and that's the main goal of the translation, because we see that there are many stories around the world, like Cinderella, Snow White, Hansel, Gretel. We all know about those stories, but have you ever heard about Ramana Bortal? Have you heard about Shha? Of course, it's a famous character. So we're trying to make our Moroccan culture go viral by translating the Moroccan folklore stories from Darija to English. And we had a huge chance today, which is in the Festival of Marrakech. It's the first Marrakech International Storytelling Festival. We had many people all over the world, and it was a great opportunity to meet people from all over the world telling stories and helping us to actually evolve and take this story not only in national, but also we want it to be an international one. After all, the goal from having a festival of international people is to show that we're all a unit, and we all are one people, and we all have the same problems, and we're all the same eventually at the end of at the end of every story. And thank you so much.
Dawn Ellis, and I've been a storyteller for a long time. It's not my first time in Morocco, it's maybe my 6th time in Morocco, but it's the first time I've got to know the Medina like this. And to work in the Medina is something astonishing. I just feel so part of it, and to be part of the cradle of storytelling. Because I come from London, and I mostly tell stories about Northern Europe and America. And this time to be in this place where the atmosphere is about storytelling, it's just so supportive to the stories. So I've been specializing in stories from the Caucasus, which is a really long way away from where I live, but I find the stories are so strange, and they're not like any other story I've ever heard. They don't have the sort of ending that you normally get in a story. So they've really gripped me. So I now have 5 or 6 hours worth of stories about that region. And I'm gradually telling them all. And so it's been a great joy to be here. I think the festival is fantastic because one of the reasons I love it is to bring storytelling back to Jemerfna. And I love bringing the traditions. We have too much digital. We are always on our screens. We're like addicted to our screens. And to bring back that basic, most beautiful form of storytelling for learning and also for entertainment, I think you cannot do anything better. And I love the fact that there are so many young women coming up in the storytelling tradition in Morocco. And I've met some very, very talented storytellers. And I just want this festival to continue as much as possible so that it can support this coming back to the roots of the storytelling in Morocco. And I am particularly interested in the young women, in empowering and supporting the young women as well, because they are half the world.
Exactly.
And they have stories. Yes. And to give them the confidence, because when you stand up and tell a story, it takes confidence. And also it gives you confidence. So it takes confidence to begin with, and then you do one, and then you have more confidence. So I have grey hair now, but I am interested in bringing the younger women and mentoring them and supporting them and giving them confidence.